Hello everyone, welcome to Vajrang Talks, and we have Parth with us. So Parth, what are we doing in this video?
So today, what we are trying to do is create a data reader by using
Okay,
dynamic forms. So what can be done is the data, large data can be chunked into different data sets
okay,
depending upon the input, like in how many number of data sets do we want the data. So we can
exactly.
see particular data in our dynamic forms.
So in this demo, we'll also be using one of my component that is already there in the marketplace, which is called chunk data table. So as you have said, all this does is it takes a data table and divides it into multiple tables, so that if you have around 10,000 rows of data table, you cannot process all the 10,000 rows at one time. Maybe it may create some issues while processing them. So this component, what it will do is it will divide the table into different tables or multiple tables. All I did is read some data which is there in some form. Let's see that form as well. And here we have. So this is a large data for us. We have a data of around 303 rows or 302 rows. So we cannot show all the 302 rows in the form. So it
Right.
will be a cumbersome process. So what we did is we just invoke that workflow, and let's not go into the chunk data table video because that's already there, and we are asking the chunk size to be 100.
Right.
We can give it from 100 to from 1 to any number of rows that we want. We can also give it to 7 or 8 or anything, but for our ease, let's give it as 100. And the input should be the data table which we read from the sheet, and the output will be a list of data tables.
Right.
Okay, so let's go with the demo. We have a data table of 100 rows here. Let's see with the rows count here, and we have continuous data, so it's C100. So 100 rows we have. So there are two ways where we can navigate it into a different view or a different table. We can hit on next here or at the bottom. I'm hitting it here. So here we can see the index, current index of the table, how many tables we have, we can see it here.
And the total number of tables also.
Exactly. Now, when we navigate to the first table, we should not navigate back to the -1th table, which is not there. So when we hit on previous on the first index, so the previous button will be disabled. In the same way, when we hit on next,
So
and
in the similar way, when we are on our last table, we should
Yes.
not be able to go further. So here the next button gets disabled.
correct. So if we are in the next column, or if we are in the last table, then our next will be disabled and we'll have only previous that we can navigate to. So here is the bug. The bug here which we found is the view when it is updated, when it is already linked to a data table. Let's say that this particular table, when we are in the third table, it is from 201 to 300, right? But when we hit on next, it should, since we have only two more rows, okay, it's updating first and second row, but it's not updating the remaining rows. So the view is not updated, and all the rows are also not updated. Ideally, what should be happening when we have the last row, since we are sending in and out arguments, or when we are having the last table, only the first and second row should come, and the remaining rows should be disabled, or they should not be visible. That's it. So the view should be recreated such that we will have all the values.